I appreciate this comment, so I'm not trying to make it sound bad, but I guess the criticism, you sandwich that in between two compliments, right? We've all heard that. It's a very corporate thing. So welcome back to the Workbench, where we try to make things that we're continuing to try to make. Today is Revell's 1971 Olds 442, or what we're calling the Faux 42, because it's a Cutlass that we're kind of making look like a 442. And what we've been working on are the finishes of the vehicle, so the paint finish and the bumpers, and just basically giving it the weathered effect that we want to give it, because this car is going to be weathered. And starting with, or what, let me should say, what I've been working on kind of over this frozen weekend is the bumpers, or continued working on the bumpers. And if you remember right, we were using the rear bumper. You know what, I'm going to turn this light off. I think that'll take some of the glare off of it, off the bumper. Maybe we can see it a little better. I don't know. Maybe I'll go both ways with it. But my point being is this has been the test bed for the bumpers and how we want to try to get them to look, I guess, or the techniques we're going to use. And I think we've got a pretty good start on that. And then I got a good comment. And what I think I'm going to do this episode is kind of sprinkle in the comment section throughout the entire episode, because we've had some good comments. I'm not going to just save it to the end. But the first comment I wanted to highlight was from Caleb over at, let me make sure I get this right, Big Guy Model Works. And by the way, I went and checked out, or I've been checking out his channel. He's got a pretty good channel. You should go check it out. It's Big Guy Model Works. Anyways, he was making a comment that, because I had wanted to keep the bottom of the bumper. Let me put the light back on when we get the glare on it. There we go. The bottom of the bumper I wanted to keep pretty chromy. Keep some good chrome down there. And he had talked about making it crusty, because that's obviously where the wheels and whatnot would be throwing joke. And it got me thinking back to my old Buick. And what I remember is actually it wasn't not so much that the outside would get crusty, but the back side of the bumper was super rusty and like just crusty and whatnot. Back here, let me flip this over without it falling off the tape. So it'd actually be this backside that would get all crusty. So I think that's what I'm going to do, because a little bit of that bumper hangs down below the floor pan there, or the trunk pan. And so I'm going to make sure and crust that up. But I don't want to do that until I have it on the body, because I don't want to add some thick crustiness back here and then it not be able to mount the body up, right? Or mount the bumper to the body as it should. Anyway, so that's something we will do, and I appreciate the comment. By the way, again, go check out his channel. He's got some cool stuff going on over there. He's doing what is they call it? The Bootleggers Ball community build, which I've looked at doing myself, but he's got a cool one going on. So go check that out. Anyways, the other thing I did too is if you have a bumper that has bad chrome, you could sand the bumper dip. You get the bumper dipped, you sand it, you fill it, you take it to the chrome platers, you get a green, or just put bumper stickers on it, right? You just cover up the bad chrome with bumper stickers, which is what I've done here. And one that's really cool is I actually had a Regal Ride decal that I've put here, and the research department came back to me and let me know that Regal Ride, turns out it's a Napa, a Napa part, or a Napa shock absorber, but they made an air shock that is white and looks a heck of a lot like the ones that we're using. So I went ahead and put the Regal Ride sticker on the back side here. Of course, some Wolf's Head motor oil, kind of whatever. But I thought it was cool that we had that, and it matches the air. They actually made a white air shock. Anyway, so that's kind of a cool little thing to have back here also on the bumper. And I think it looks pretty good. And I've gone ahead and started on the front bumper. Also, I just want to give you a quick look at it. This, of course, is not finished up just yet, but we've got the start of the paint on that. The next comment I wanted to highlight was one from Ken, talking about how he likes to have his models where the wheels are turned, which the wheels on this can turn. So let me just show you. So this is, I think I only have one back. Yeah. So this is the wheel back that comes with this model, and then there's pins that'll go through. That stick between the axle and the wheel, or I should say, it comes through the backside of the wheel and sticks into the axle or into the spindles, and then it allows the wheels to turn. Now the front wheels, these are the stock front wheels, so no problem. They're gonna turn no problem, right? And I'm able to use the stock back. How do I say it? Back wheel backs, the back sides of the back wheels. The only thing I'm gonna have to do is there's so much standoff here. I'm going to have to chop that down, and then these wheels will actually fit in here and turn. So my wheels are, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to use the pins on this model. So the wheels on this particular model will actually be able to turn. I've got it to where I think we'll be able to do that. Now, it's not that big a deal to me because my models, I always try to build them as just a static display. You know what I'm saying? Like usually I'll have garage stuff around them, or I'll usually build some little diorama around them, in fact. And so I don't really, it doesn't bother me if the wheels won't turn if you just glue them in or whatever. Like on the Mustang Mach 1, they're glued in. They won't turn, right? But kind of had to just because of reasons. Anyways, so I don't really mind if they don't turn, but I'd rather them spin or turn if possible. And so we'll be able to do that with this particular model. So I just wanted to point that out. I don't know. I think at one point I maybe had said that I'll have to glue them in or something. I don't know, but I just wanted to clarify that I have figured out, and they will actually be able to turn just like the stock wheels and fit in perfect. And the next thing I wanted to talk about was a comment that I guess, I don't know, I don't want to call it controversial. It's not. It's somebody just giving their opinion, and I'm very happy they did. And I'm very happy in the manner that they gave it. They did the old sandwich. You know what I mean? If you're going to give a criticism or I don't even want to call it criticism. I'm really not trying to mean this. I appreciate this comment, so I'm not trying to make it sound bad. But I guess the criticism, you sandwich that in between two compliments, right? We've all heard that. It's a very corporate thing. So I just wanted to show Willie's comment where he said, he appreciates the extensive work, but the finishes aren't that real. Like he's worked in the automotive body shops for 40 years, and I ain't seen nothing like this before, right? I'm just putting it in my own words. But then he finishes up with, he appreciates me trying, right? So we got the sandwich. Perfect. That is a perfect criticism. Whatever. I don't want to say criticism. What's the right word? Advice comment. I can't think of the right word to say, but that's the perfect way to do it. And real quick, I do want to thank Ryan for his comment on that comment. But anyways, I wanted to kind of clarify what we're trying to do with the clear coat. So I went and found, the research department went and found a photo of some really badly oxidized clear coat to kind of give an example of what we're trying to do. So I want to show that. Now that's kind of over the top example. And then what we're trying to do is less of that, as you can see here. It's not quite that bad, but we're definitely got the oxidized look going on. That's what I'm going for. And I think we're doing okay. Now I do, and I think I've said this, and I want to clarify again. I do want to bring, I'm going to paint the side another coat because I don't like how, while I was doing the sanding, it cut through some of the color coat here. So I want to get that back. So I am going to spray. I'll loose mask up top because I don't want to spray on top of that. But I do want to get this color back. So what I'll do is I'll just loose mask up top and I'll spray down and make sure we get the sides, that color kind of back. I don't want it perfect, but I don't want it to be as splotchy as it is from the clear coat we were doing. Anyways, I hope that clarifies and kind of talk about kind of the finish on the clear coat and on the body that we're going to be working with. But anyways, yes, so we're actually just about there. I even started painting in the black here in the radiator supports and the cowls and that kind of thing. Starting to get that color kind of blocked in. I think the rear bumper is done. Let me know what you think. Let's do the with light, without light. I don't know which way it actually looks better once it shows up on YouTube. But I'm really happy with how this looks. I guess I should have mentioned I painted the lenses and they're glued in. Just red clear backside, normal thing. But I think that's good to go. Let me know what you think down in the description. Do you think, I don't know. Again, I want to hear, do you think the oxidized clear looks fake? I mean, obviously it is fake, so I guess it does look fake, but does it look not good? And does the rear bumper, the rear bumper, I will admit, is a bit over the top, but I think sometimes you have to go a little over the top with a miniature scale model because you're getting points across, blah, 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 all that kind of thing. But I don't know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have Any questions, ideas, also let me know down there. If you've enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe button. I've got to get back to it. I've got to get that front bumper finished. We got to get this thing starting to get back together. We're getting close, so I got to get back at it. All the buttons down there, do all those things you do on YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.